They think you a fool, man. Hold on, man. Let me get prepared, man. You seeing we in solo mode today, boy. You see what's going on. Hold on. They think we a fool. They think you a fool. They think that you and me some fools and that we can't see a play when it's an obvious play. And they think just because you don't, you ain't in no gang like them, that you just supposed to go for the finesse. But, I'll wait for a couple of y'all to get in here real quick before we get started talking about it and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'll wait for a couple of y'all to get in here. We in full solo mode today, though. Because, boy, is they playing with your emotions. They playing with your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your intelligence. They don't think you smart. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to break that down real quick. We're going to break all that down real quick. Yeah, we're going to break all that down real quick. Let me see. It's about a minute. I'm going to go ahead and give it, I'm going to give people about 2 minutes, 30 seconds to get in here, and then we just going. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I like to do. And I hope y'all enjoying y'all Saturday. For those of y'all that's tapping in right now, for those of y'all that's going to be watching this back, don't let this world make you crazy, because that's exactly what would happen if you just pay attention to everything that's going on and you don't really decide and decipher for yourself through your discernment. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be crazy. They want you to be stupid. They think you stupid, but one thing children of God aren't is stupid. You know what I'm saying? One thing children of God aren't is stupid. So that's kind of like what I want to talk about. And I don't know if I want to talk about 21 Savage first or if I want to talk about these Epstein files first. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which one I want to talk about first. The first comment, that y'all let me know what y'all want to hear first, and then I'll talk about that first. If y'all don't say nothing, then I'm going to just decide for you. But y'all want to hear about 21 Savage first, or y'all want to hear about the Epstein files first? Which one y'all want to hear first? Please don't go. I got to go full solo mode right now. Right now. Because I don't listen. I don't listen. I don't listen, bro. I don't listen, bro. Where my mic go? Talking about don't go full solo mode today, but I don't listen, bro. What? Full solo mode, and we're about 2:30. I got 3 people. 3 is my magic number, so let's go ahead and run it. I couldn't see with the mask on, but the mask is me. So let's just talk about it real quick. What y'all want to hear first? 21 Savage? Or y'all want to hear the Epstein files? Which one y'all want to hear first? I'll give y'all 10 seconds. And then I'm gonna just decide for you. 10 seconds. 21 Savage first. You want to hear about how 21 Savage think you stupid first? Or you want to hear about how the Epstein committee thinks you stupid? Which one? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up. All right. Let me talk to y'all real quick. 21 Savage think you stupid. The reason I'm saying 21 Savage think you stupid is because now all of a sudden, he wants to have unity. He wants to have peace amongst the rap community. He wants to stop drill rap. He wants to unite rappers that's been beefing, Quavo, Offset, he wants to get Drake back in communication with Pluto, that's Future, Pluto being the farthest planet away from the sun, but also being relating to a pagan god, because these people are pagans, right? They pagans, right? Anyways, he wants to unite all the rappers back and get everybody back on the same accord. You know what I mean? That's what he wants us to do. So the way 21 Savage think you stupid, let me slow it down. The way 21 Savage thinks you stupid, people, is because why all of a sudden now you want peace? Why all of a sudden now we need to put the guns down? Why all of a sudden now we need to stop rapping about bullshit? Why all of a sudden now we need to think about the youth? Why all of a sudden now we need to give a fuck about our people and our image and the stuff that we're spewing out? Why? Can say the streets is dead even though they ain't in the streets no more. See, talking about 21 Savage got me choking and shit. Talking about that bullshit got me choking because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And let me tell you how it's bullshit. The reason that these people care now is because rap, the industry as it is today is over with. Ain't nobody selling no more. Ain't nobody selling no more. Unless you're at the top. Unless you're a Drake, barely a Future, a Kendrick Lamar. That's it. That's really it. Nobody's buying tickets like that no more. Nobody's showing up to these expensive ass shows no more. Nobody's paying $150,000 to book these bitch ass rappers no more. Nobody's doing that anymore. So since no one's doing that anymore, let me put this gum out. Excuse me. So since nobody's doing that anymore, now all of a sudden now niggas want to come together. All of a sudden now niggas want to sing Kumbaya and let's all get along and let's hold hands and let's think about our impact on the youth. Let's think about our image and how we've been spewing evil into the culture, how we've been pouring bullshit into the culture. And then you know what these people will tell you too? These people will tell you if you ain't in the streets, you don't need to talk about the streets. Nigga, fuck the streets. Fuck a street nigga. Fuck a street nigga. Fuck a street rapper. Fuck the streets. You won't say that to his face. I say it to any of these niggas' faces. I don't like them because they're against my people. They're worse. They're worse than the Ku Klux Klan. They're worse than the alt-right white nationalists. They're worse than those white terrorists. They're worse than any white boy that thinks that I'm a nigga. They're worse than them. I hate them. I don't like them. So you might be like, well, it's a good thing though. You know, they're bringing all the rappers together. We're singing, it's time now. It's time. No, the only reason these niggas want to sing Kumbaya and the only reason they're all trying to get together now is because they can't sell out no shows, because they can't benefit off of their destruction anymore. These niggas are finessers, bro. They're finessers. And they're the worst parts of my culture. And they got the whole world calling us niggas. They got the whole world saying gang, gang, throwing up C's. They got people in the Philippines throwing up C's, throwing up B's. They think that our culture represents destruction. And now because they can't profit off of the destruction, they want to say, let's put the guns down. And now you know what I want to say? I hope you go broke, nigga. I do. I hope you don't sell I hope you don't sell nan show. I hope you don't sell nan ticket. I hope don't nobody spend your shit in the club. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Now that I got that out of my system, I ain't got that out of my system because I'm tired of these niggas, bro. I'm tired of them, bro. I'm tired of people just using people until it's their benefit. And then when they can't use you no more, then they want to flip the script. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of users. These niggas is users. Quavo, Offset, 21 Savage, Future, Drake. All these niggas is users. They use you for your attention. They use the most vulnerable parts of our community, the most vulnerable parts of our situations. Yes, a lot of us are born, and I'm talking about my people, my community. A lot of us are born into impoverished situations. A lot of us are born with fucked up lives. A lot of us, it's very hard for us to maintain some type of structure and stability because we don't have any financial support. We don't have any family support. We don't have any relationships that can give us an opportunity that is on the straight and narrow path. I understand this. I do. But it's all an option on how we choose to react from it. I got kicked out the house when I was 17. My father's never been in my life. My mother chose a dude over me. I didn't have any support. I never had any backup. I'm saying all of this to say that it's a choice. It's a choice, bro. It's a choice. And these people have made their choices. They've chose to take Masonic oaths. They've chosen to be against their people. They've chosen to make music that is degenerate, That is the lowest part. Well, you are lame. You're just a green. I don't give a fuck about no opinion. I don't care. I don't want to fit in. I've never wanted to fit in, bro. Isn't it obvious? I've never wanted to fit in. When I tried to fit in, it never worked for me because I was never supposed to fit in. I'm supposed to go against this shit. 21 Savage. It's good, bro, that you want unity, but your timing is impeccable. Your timing is very disingenuous. Your timing is very self-serving. You niggas aren't selling. So since you niggas aren't selling, now you want to come together. Now you want to hold hands. Now you want us to put the guns down. What about 10 years ago, or I'm sorry, 5 years ago, when Tamir Rice, that little boy that got shot by the police for holding a toy BB gun, got killed by the police. Y'all ain't say put the guns down then. What about the little girl that was killed in Atlanta from drive-bys, from gang-on-gang violence? Y'all ain't say put the guns down then. What about the white boy cops that broke into Sonya Massey's house and killed her in her own kitchen? Y'all ain't slide on 9 block. Y'all ain't slide on 9 cop up. Now y'all want to put the guns down because it doesn't benefit y'all no more to talk about destruction. These Jewish people can't make you be against your own people and profit off of it no more. So now you want to put the guns down. I can't stand you niggas. I hate you niggas. I do. Just as much as I hate that white nationalist white boy, I hate you niggas. I do. I do. I swear I do. I've been hating y'all though. I never liked y'all. Never. I grew up on the same street y'all grew up on. I was in a house though. I was in a house though. I'm a granny baby. You feel me? I'm a grandparent's kid. I am. But I grew up on the same street. I saw y'all. I saw what y'all was doing. Never wanted to participate. Never made sense to me. So you might be sure at least you had your grandparents. I ain't have nothing. I had to do something. You had to do what you thought was right. You made a choice. We all make choices daily. If you wasn't in the streets, you can't talk about the streets. Let me for those of y'all that's gonna be watching this back. Yeah, I'm going full solo mode. I'm doing some yelling. I'm doing some cussing. But what I'm saying is from a place of genuine love. I love my people. I'm not against my people. I've never robbed anybody that looked like me. I've never robbed anybody. I wouldn't rob anybody, particularly if they look like me and they in my own community. I wouldn't shoot at nobody that looked like me unless provoked. Then I'll murder one of you niggas. And that's not murder. That's self-defense. That's a righteous killing. What I'm saying is, if to the point of if you're not in the streets, don't talk about the streets. Does anybody in here think that rape is cool? I'm gonna make a comparison. Does anybody in here, and for those of y'all who's gonna be watching this back, for anybody that has that dumbass sentiment, don't talk about something if you're not in it. Okay? Does anybody in here think rape is cool? Rape of women and children. Does anybody think that that's cool? I'm gonna answer that for you. I'm gonna assume that you say no. So just because I'm not, so just because you're not a rapist, you can't speak against rape? Does anybody think robbing old women is cool? Some of these bitch ass niggas do, but does anybody think that robbing old, vulnerable people or innocent people is cool? Raise your hand. So just because you're not robbing innocent people, I can't speak out against it? No. You're in my community. You're of my bloodline. You're of my people. And you talk about sliding and what you'll do to niggas, what you'll do to other people that look just like you. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Fuck a gangster. Fuck a street nigga. Fuck prison. Fuck sliding. Because of words. Now, if you killed my brother, do you deserve to die? Yeah, you do. I'm not against that. And a lot of this stuff is blood feuds like that. A lot of this stuff is blood feuds. A lot of this stuff is perpetuated because of the history of back and forth between different families and different factions like that. So a lot of this is blood feuds. I'm aware of that. But a lot of this is perpetuated amongst the nations and amongst our people as if this is just the standard and this is just a G code. Like this make you a gangster. Gangsters. And this gangster code comes from like mafia, Italian shit. Motherfuckers that killed themselves, that killed their own families, that blew up each other in cars. Street shit. Stupid behavior. You niggas are followers. And I don't like you. And I want you out of my country. Yeah, I'm on some white nationalist shit now. I want you out of my country. You don't represent America to me. You represent the worst part of society. You're right. You are a degenerate. You are awful. 21 Savage, I get what you're saying, bro. I get how you want to bring everybody together. I get that. But your timing, again, is disingenuous. It's impeccable. It's impeccable now that rap is at the lowest as it's ever been within a 40-year time period, particularly in the last decade or so, when rap was at the peak of all industries, pop, country. Rap was at the top. Now it's fallen below. For the first time in over 20 years, no rap artist has made the Billboard Top 100. So now that no rap artist has made the Billboard Top 100, now that Offset can't sell albums no more. Now that Quavo can't sell albums no more. Now that 21 Savage isn't selling as much as he used to. Now that Future is getting old as fuck. And he's built a generation off of drug abuse, popping pills. What do you think? Why do you think the hood know about all these designer drugs? That's what they call them. They call them designer drugs. 15 years ago, most niggas did not know what a Percocet was. I swear for Lord. Most niggas did not know what a Percocet was, bro. Most niggas did not know what oxycodone was, bro. We heard about all this shit through niggas like Future. Destroying our community to benefit him. Invoking demons in our people. Spewing out hatred amongst the nations. You niggas are awful, bro. And I'm glad that y'all not selling no more, because you niggas never should have sold, because you niggas is awful. And the most of the people that was buying that shit was white boys in the suburbs. White boys in the suburbs that before they go to college or while they in college, in they frat houses and shit, saying gang, throwing up C's, throwing up rakes, throwing up B's, throwing up whatever the fuck they throwing up. And then they can go back to their normal lives. They don't got to coexist in these environments. They don't got to walk outside and get mean mugged by you niggas. Because that's what happens amongst our own people. You know, you niggas won't mean mug none of them white boys or none of them other races. But as soon as I walk outside, I get mean mugged by you niggas. I get looked up and down. Y'all consider robbing me. And the way that this type of influence, the way that this type of thought process is perpetuated is through the music. I can't stand you niggas. I really can't. Fuck a gangster. Fuck a gangbanger. Fuck a street nigga. Fuck a rapper. Fuck rap. Fuck rap. Fuck rap. This shit's lame. It's just lame as shit now. I used to listen to this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad I never made it. I'm glad I didn't make it. If I would have made it, y'all know who I would have did it like? I would have did it like XXXTentacion, my brother. I would have did it just like him. I mean, with the dread, our paths were very entangled. We're very alike. I would have did the Santeria like him. I would have did the invoking demonic spirits like him to get success. I would have did all this like him. I'm not speaking from a place of ignorance. I'm not speaking from a place of ignorance. I can't stand you people. Since I can't stand you people, let me tell you exactly how I feel about you people. Again, the same way that I feel about you is the same way that I feel about them white nationalists. You're the same person. You're the same people. You're exactly the same. Fam Goon Rallo. Y'all know who Fam Goon Rallo is? He barely a rapper. Hola, family. I appreciate y'all being here. I go by the name SOLARMAN. I'm in full solo mode right now. I'm speaking against these people that are directly against my people and my culture in the guise of bringing unity now that these niggas not selling no albums no more. They not selling no shows no more. They not selling no albums no more. Ain't nobody paying no 100,000 to book none of these bitch ass rappers to come to their clubs no more. So now they want to come together. Now they're trying to form a super team. You know, the same shit that y'all got mad at like Kevin Durant and LeBron James for, you know, for going to a team that's already, you know, they're trying to form a super team. Because their industry, their particular industry has died. That Jew cannot organize a destructive rapper anymore that's gonna sell. That momentum has died. Don't nobody, because it's lame now. We can see through the facade. You talking about sliding on some shit. You talking about shooting up shit, and you're a rapper. You're on tour. When are you doing all this shooting? The only reason NBA YoungBoy is still popping right now, one, because he's one of these people for sure, and he's influenced the youth in such a massive manner that he's a benefit still. He's one of the last few strongholds of this what's the word? He's one of the last few strongholds of this of what I'm talking about, of this street image. He's one of the last few, you know, that's actually influential. You know how many? I'll give you a perfect example. Immigrants, black immigrants, when they come over to this country, you know what they assimilate to? They don't assimilate to anything because we don't have many outward examples of we don't have many outward examples of what's the word? It is a matrix. You're right. We don't have any outward examples of normal black success that is perpetuated through media that, you know, through amongst the nations. We don't have many examples of that. Again, that's perpetuated through media. So because we don't have many examples of that, that's perpetuated through media, meaning shown, you know, on different radio stations. You know, when I was stationed in the Philippines, when I was in the Philippines, do you know some of the stuff that I used to see on their music channels for America? It was all bullshit. It was all degenerate bullshit. The first time I ever heard a Young Thug song out of the country was in the Philippines. And this is in the Philippines. Everybody's watching this bullshit. Everybody's watching this bullshit thinking this is how we get down. So when I walk outside and I'm playing my basketball, just trying to do me, just trying to be a normal human being, just not, you know, just trying to blend in, I get called a nigga, my nigga, because that's how they think they can relate with me. You know, the ones that don't know nothing. That's how they think they can relate with me, because of you niggas. And I'm saying the word, but I gotta let y'all know how I feel about y'all. And I don't care about meeting y'all. I used to care about working with y'all. I used to care about being around y'all. But you know what? These last few years have exposed. It's exposed you niggas. It's exposed how fragile you niggas really are. How insecure you niggas really are. How non-cool you niggas really are. You niggas aren't cool. I grew up around y'all. I seen y'all without y'all chains. Without y'all chains, y'all some lames. Without the what's the word? What's the entourage of people around y'all not tough either. A lot of y'all. So what have they done? They've you know how long it's gonna take for the image of the black male to heal itself amongst the nations in the world? You know how long it's gonna take for that shit to get back normal? You know how long that shit gonna take? These niggas have ruined this shit for the next. These niggas have ruined this shit for the next 50 years at least, and we'll be able to say that this was a fad perpetuated by some fags. Yeah, most of these niggas gay too. And what does that have to do with their image? It don't got much. You know, your sexual orientation is your business. But this over tough image is what these youngsters that don't have because of this American system that designed us to be over sexual, that designed us to be our fathers not to be in the home. They following you niggas. They think in order for them to fit in order for them to be tough, they gotta be like you niggas. They gotta be gang. And I never fit in with y'all. I never got along with y'all. Y'all never wanted to include me in y'all groups. You know, I played on the same teams as y'all. And even though I run you niggas over, even though I cross the fuck out y'all, even though I was better than y'all in a lot of ways, I just never fit in with y'all. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. So I'm going to surmise my point with the 21 Savage thing. To surmise my point, fuck the streets. The streets is an option. Niggas be like, ain't nobody gonna hire me. You know, they only hire people that, well, here's the thing about a lot of you niggas. A lot of you niggas don't know how to talk. A lot of y'all can't coexist outside of your environment. And that's a choice. You can educate yourself. I had to learn to be around you niggas. I did. I had to learn to be around y'all. I couldn't just, I can still be myself in the way that I talk and the way that I like to pronounce my words. I can still do that. But in order for me to not get picked on, I had to learn how to coexist with y'all. One of the worst things I've ever had to do in my life. But it just goes to show that intelligence is malleable. It's you can mold it. You can change. You don't have to be one way. You don't. Welcome in, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I go by the name SOLARMAN, and right now I'm talking against my people, and a lot of my people might think it's lame because, why you talking like this in front of white folks, in front of everybody? Y'all do it in front of everybody. Y'all do it in front of everybody. Y'all do it in front. Everybody has a story, bro. Think you special. I know I'm special, bro. I know I'm special, bro. Just like I assume that you think you're special, bro. I know I'm special. I know I am. I grew up with these people. And I'm saying, fuck them. Fuck their story. Fuck it. Fuck them. And if you think the only way for you to get out of your situation is to perpetuate a narrative of over toughness, of over sexuality, of over gangster shit, especially for niggas that look like you, fuck you too. Bitch. Yeah, I'm on my bullshit today. I don't care about my words today. Lord, forgive me. Because I'm more intelligent than this. But sometimes you got to kick a message a certain type of way. Fuck these niggas, bro. And if you think, and you must stop Master Blaster. Yo, fuck they stories, bro. Fuck they stories, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? I just told, well, you ain't listened to the other part of my life. I got a fucked up story too, nigga. I'm doing well. Because of choices that I made. I made some fucked up choices too. I made some real fucked up choices and decisions that landed me in jail. I was only in there for a day or two. But still, it landed me in a fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? Because of choices I made. But when I walk outside, and no matter what city, no matter what county, no matter what state that I go to, by and large, when I'm in certain neighborhoods, I've noticed, I've done the research. I'm a sociologist. I've done the research. I've noticed that when particular ethnic groups walk by a group of niggas, they don't say nothing to them. They don't look at them no type of way. They don't size them up. They don't stare at them. And then let somebody who looks just like them walk by. Now they trying to sell them some weed. Now they need something from them. Now they want to talk to them. Let me walk by. Somebody who looks square, green. I ain't on shit. I'm a lick. I'm a target. Let me walk by. You niggas think you can finesse me. You niggas think you can take advantage of me because you're bitches. You're insecure bitches. And I don't like y'all. Y'all the worst parts of my culture. Y'all just like the Ku Klux Klan. Y'all just like the white nationalists. You're just like those bitch ass police that are against my people. You're just like them. You're no different. You're no different. You're no different than a Derek Chauvin, the killer of George Floyd. You're no different than a George Zimmerman, the killer of Trayvon Martin. You're no different. The only thing is you act like you from this environment. Everybody got a story, nigga. Fuck your story, nigga. Everybody got a story. Like you said, everybody got a story. Everybody does not make decisions like you. And I'm not saying you, I'm talking about these type of people. Everybody don't make decisions like this. You tripping. Good. Somebody needs to trip because this shit is getting out of hand. It's been out of hand. I've been tripping. I've been not like this shit. I've been not thought it was cool. I've been saying something, but I got called lame. I got called a fag. I got called a bitch. Not to my face, but I'm just saying. I got called all these names because I speak out against evil. Fuck evil. Even if it looks like me, fuck it. Die. Die. Today. Right now. Die. Fuck rap. Fuck what you'll do to a nigga, bro. Fuck drugs, bro. Fuck popping pills. You know why? Again, I just told you. Do you know why we know about oxycodone in the hood, bro? Do you know why we know about whippets? Do you know why we know about all this fuck shit, bro? Because of these bitch ass rappers, bro. They make this shit sound good too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They make this shit sound good. I ain't gonna lie. I done danced to it. I done turned up to it. I done threw money in the strip club to it. I done smoked to it. I done thought about killing one of these niggas to it. I done thought about smacking one of these bitches to it. But choices have caused me to choose a different route. Choices have caused me to be accountable for my own actions. Choices have caused me to, one of the reasons I ain't got no tattoos, one of the reasons I ain't tatted all over my body, one of the reasons is because I got to leave the country. Like I said, when I got kicked out the house, I got to leave the country soon after. Had I had to stay in the country, I would have been tatted all over my shit. I would have been looking dumb as fuck like a lot of you niggas. I made a different choice. You don't have to be a product of your environment. You choose to be in your environment. Nah, he's talking about rap, homie. He ain't tripping. Do you feel Unc took advantage of you? Unc ain't take advantage of shit. Unc felt like he could take advantage of me. Unc felt like he felt like I was a bitch ass light skinned nigga. That's what he felt. And I sat back and I just watched the shit, for a little bit. I sat back and I just peeked, because that's what I do, especially with these street niggas. A lot of these niggas think they smart. They think they so smart and they think they so much better than you. And because they in their environment, they've been finessing, meaning molding their environment and the people around them and using the people around them who are less intelligent and aware than them to enact acts of violence or criminality. Bitch ass niggas. So because a lot of these street niggas think that they so smart, they think that they can finesse somebody who don't look like them. But what they don't know and what you don't never do is underestimate your opponent. And again, I didn't come around Unc as no opponent. I came as a student. But what you don't never do is underestimate somebody, because that's how you die. So did he take advantage of me? Nah, he ain't take advantage of shit. But what he did was he thought I was sweet. That's what he did. And the only reason my live ain't go viral, the one where I told him all this shit to his face, the only reason that shit ain't go viral is because I was moving around too much. And, it wasn't supposed to go viral like that. It was just a conversation that needed to be had between two men. One old ass nigga and then one young nigga. Trying to be, trying to get to where that old ass nigga at. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, he ain't take advantage of me. He tried to take advantage of me. I paid him more money than I was supposed to. But that's because I value information. That's because I've catered my life in order to make me able to spend money on information. I don't mind paying for information. I don't mind paying for an opportunity. I'll pay you to perform, bro. Gucci Man, 2007. He said that in the interview. I'll pay you to perform, bro. He ain't take advantage of me because he thought he could take advantage of me because of the way I look. And that's what a lot of niggas do. And that's what I'm talking about right now. How you underestimate your opponent just based off of looks. That's how you die, bro. Some of the toughest niggas I know don't got no tattoos, don't even talk. And that's real shit. Some of the toughest niggas I know, even a real street dude, bro, or street wise person. Yeah, they made some mistakes. Yeah, they done some bullshit, but they know that they fucked up. They know that they're not right. They sit back. The real ones, the ones that's a man, they'll sit back and be like, nah, bro. You feel me? They'll peep the situation before they speak. What Unc did was some street punk shit. Bro, hold on. Let me see what the fuck y'all talking about. Unc 607 might be a punk. You know, I ain't gonna talk about cuz, you feel me? I didn't already said everything I had to say. You know, some niggas recently just tried to get me to talk against the nigga. You feel me? Fight your own battle, fuck nigga. But anyways, nah, I ain't gonna speak against dude. You feel me? Other than what I done already said. Y'all wanna hear about what I had to say? Go watch 607 Confronts SOLARMAN. I said everything I had to say. You know, I'm a man about my shit. A real one. And I'm a real child of God about my shit. And I speak against evil. And there's a lot of evil in my culture. Part of the reason that we're in this deplorable situation in this country and in this world is because of our choices and because of who we idolize. Fuck these rappers, bro. Fuck these street niggas, bro. Fuck these gang banging ass niggas that perpetuate that shit as if that makes them tough because they throwing up all that shit. Fuck what they throwing up, nigga. Fuck them. I'm not talking about the ones that's doing good. I'm not talking about the ones that's staying out the way. I'm not talking about the ones that's just from their neighborhood and they happen to bang this. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that think they tough. Fuck them. Fuck them. Die today. Die right now. Fuck them. I don't like them. They don't represent my people. They don't represent me. They're the worst parts of me. They're worse than the Ku Klux Klan, because at least the Ku Klux Klan, at least, you know, I know why they don't like me, you know, because they're faggots and they're bigoted, you know, and they're racist. They believe that their race, regardless of how superior my intelligence might be or how physically superior I might be, they believe that I should not be, you know, because I'm black. I get that. I don't agree with it, but I get it. My people, I don't understand why you coming against me like this. You coming against me like this because you think I'm a weaker target. So you want to take advantage of something that's weaker than you. That makes you a bitch. Anybody that peeks on the quote unquote weak, anybody that actively hunts their own people. Bro, I used to live so many different places, bro. I used to be stationed in Atlanta. I used to be based out of I used to live in Los Angeles for a little bit. Bro, you know how hard it is just being black in America, bro? Not even put the white people shit aside. That's just the main shit. When you gotta just live in these communities, bro. Los Angeles, I can't even wear certain colors, bro. You feel me? Atlanta, you might just be walking down shows. I might be mispronouncing the shit, but from y'all, if that live in Atlanta, y'all know what I'm talking about. You might be walking down shows and a car just pull up on, or you might be in Dallas. Let's do Dallas. Oak Cliff. Let's talk about Oak Cliff. You might just be walking on Cliff. When I used to ride the bus, the Green Line, all the way to downtown, and you had to take the train and go to DFW or wherever you had to do. You might just be walking down the street and a nigga just call you a bitch. A nigga just bang on you just because of how you look. I'll be wearing a suit, still getting banged on. Bitches, bro. Bitch ass niggas, bro. I hate these bitch ass niggas, bro. I swear I do, and I hope they all die today. Fuck these niggas, bro. Anybody that's against my people, even if you look like me, die, bitch. Straight up and down. And they'll kill me for talking like this. That's how much of these niggas is bitches. That they'll gang up and kill me because of some shit I said that's true. Yeah, these niggas bitches, bro. Bro, don't you as well think you're smarter than them? Yeah, I know I'm smarter than them. Then the rappers end up sacrificing someone they love or their ass. Yeah. Because they bitches, bro. They been bitches the whole time. So, you know, the reason Lil Baby, I thought Lil Baby was a little different. I thought Lil Baby was a little cooler. I thought Lil Baby was, he just, because Lil Baby was really on some like player shit, and then he popped out with the crop top shorts and the crop top and the Daisy Duke thigh tattoos, and the getting sandwiched by two men. And I'm like, oh, you sold your booty too. Oh, you sold your booty too. Oh, bitch ass. You sold your booty too. Because that overly sexual shit is fag behavior, bro. I mean, that overly tough shit is fag behavior. That's why it lands them in these environments where they're around all men. If you listen to nothing but Future, 21 Savage, and drill rap for 6 months straight, you either gonna start doing drugs, you're gonna start dressing a certain way, and within a 6 month time span, you fuck around, find yourself in prison. Man, this bitch ass nigga talking about appreciate it, man. You just text, man, whatever. Ha 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 ha, black. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But anyways, that's how I feel about the 21 Savage shit, bro. I just think it's very very what's the word? I just think it's very I just think it's very ironic that now that y'all niggas not selling no more, now y'all want to be cool. Now that y'all niggas not selling no more, now y'all want to put the guns down. Now that you niggas not selling no more, now y'all want to bring unity in the community, or at least between you bitch ass rappers. Fuck you bitch ass rappers. I swear to God. Fuck you bitch ass rappers. Fuck a rapper. Fuck rap. It's got the whole world calling us nigga, bro. Fuck rap, bro. It's got people who don't know nothing about these gangs throwing up gangs, bro. Fuck rap, bro. Just because you from the hood don't mean you gotta be on some fuck shit, bro. Everybody from the hood, bro. Everybody's from the hood, bro. Your choices have made you into the person that you are. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck these rap ass niggas, bro. I'm off that shit now. I ain't off it, but fuck these bitch ass niggas, bro. And fuck anybody that agree with them or say that they just telling their story. You think you special? Yeah, I know I'm special. Fuck, nigga. I know I am. Because I made a choice. I made a different choice than that. Your choices are what make you a man or not. So that's that. Moving forward. I was wrong, people. I was wrong. They released the Epstein files. They did. I told y'all that they wasn't going to do it. I told y'all that hold on, I'm about to get y'all comments in just a second. I told y'all that they wasn't going to release the Epstein files. I said that. I said that there's no way that they released the Epstein files. I said that. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, people. I was wrong. You know, I got that wrong. You know, I thought that they would never, ever release no shit like that. Hold on. Yeah, that's a good point. Was Trump on it? No. What did they release to you? They released to us, y'all seen the Diddy documentary? If you seen the Diddy documentary, what you would have noticed in that shit is that they just been talking about some shit that we done already knew. They released some shit that we already been knew. They released some shit that we've been had access to. Pictures that we already seen. And just so happened that Trump wasn't on them. It just so happened that, 2 pages of the original release agreement just happened to be missing. It just so happened. It just so happened. Was Michael Jackson on? Of course he was. That pale freak was on there. Of course he was. He's a freak. And I'm not saying that he touched little kids. Peace, God. I'm not saying that he touched little kids, but I'm saying that he was a freak. He was a weirdo. Fuck his background. You know, money will do a lot of shit. It made him to a freak. It made him into a white identifying freak. Because that's, he got so much money that he could no longer associate himself with blackness. And he wanted to get so far away from his father, his black ass daddy, that he didn't want to be around no black shit no more. I get it. But it made him into a freak. Yeah, Michael Jackson was on it. Everybody that you can think was on there, bro. Everybody. I think it's a better conversation to talk about who wasn't on there. Even up until recently, there has been people that was on that list. You crazy. It's good to be crazy in this type of world, bro. This world is crazy. I think being normal in this type of world is insane. I'd rather be crazy. I don't want to be normal in this shit because this shit's not normal. This shit is not normal. So Epstein they released the Epstein files, but they just showed us some shit that we already knew. Again, your president, my president, I didn't vote for the bitch, but y'all might have voted for the bitch. Y'all might support the bitch. Y'all voted for them shit. Y'all voted for some transparency. He has not yet been transparent. He didn't show y'all nothing that was new. He showed y'all the same shit that y'all already knew. Y'all voted for this bitch. He showed y'all some shit that y'all already knew. It's a finesse. So let's talk about some of the people that were on there. All right. Diana Ross. I'm going to just name some black people and I'm going to name some white people. Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Rudy Gobert of the, who he play for now? The Minnesota Timberwolves. Who else was on that bitch? I believe Akon was on that bitch. Who else was on that bitch? Who else was on that bitch? Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, DJ Khaled. You're not black, but you know he's black identifying. Who else? The list goes on. Beyonce knows. All right, let's talk about some white people. Princess Diana when she was still here. Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth, Abu Dhabi Princess. So, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio might not have been on there, but he's a bitch. So I'm gonna just throw Marco Rubio in there because he's a bitch. He's a bitch. I don't like him. So I'm pretty sure he did it. He associates with them. I'm pretty sure he did it. So, heads of state are on this list. They're still not being fully transparent with you people. And you people voted for it. You people think that just because a guy that shits on himself and doesn't take accountability for anything and says that immigrants need to get out the country, even though he's his family is from a family of immigrants, his wife is an immigrant, his child is an immigrant. Just because he lied to you and told you that he was going to be transparent with you. He has yet to be transparent. You fell for a finesse. Jeffrey Epstein isn't dead, people. Sean Puffy Combs did not pay for his sins. He just got his public image ruined. That's all that happened to him. Jeffrey Epstein is not dead. He's not. There's no way when you're on suicide watch in a cell where there's nothing to hang yourself with, when he doesn't have any articles of clothing where he can dismantle and form into a rope and then put himself in a position to where he can hang. There's no way for him to hang himself. He did not hang himself. What happened to him was he's either on an island, he's definitely on an island, or in the mountains. That's what billions of dollars get you. Side note, Sean Puffy Combs paid $10 to $15 million for about 8 lawyers. That's why he's not paying for any of his sins. He's not paying for any sexual assault against men or women. He's not paying for any of those stuff. If anything, he's barely paying. I think he's paying for having weapon possessions, and he's going to get out next year. What I'm getting at is money buys you a certain amount of money, buys you protection from the law. The law only applies to those who follow it. You and I have to follow the law. They don't. Jeffrey Epstein did not have to follow the law. Oh, how could I forget about what's his name? What's the weirdo name? Black people supported the motherfucker because he played the saxophone. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Clinton. That weird motherfucker was on there. His wife was, her weird ass, her schizophrenic ass was on there. What I'm telling y'all is true. I'm crazy. You know what's crazy? What's crazy is believing in this institution. What's crazy is to keep going about your day as if this country and this world is normal. That's crazy to me. What's crazy is still following, What's crazy is still following the rule of law as if it applies to everybody. I'm not saying to outwardly go against the law and break it. But all I'm saying is, this is one thing I like about that white nationalist and some of those people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th. Something I like about them. What I liked about them is that they actually, I wouldn't, I'm not, Orlando Brown be talking about sucking dick and shit. I don't, you feel me? I ain't nan dick ever went in my mouth or my butt. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, yeah, he cool as far as the information. What I like about the January 6th rioters, you know what I'm saying, is that they actually, they thought that their country was being overran by socialist extremists. So they went to the Capitol and they threatened to kill everybody. I like that. That's America. I like that. I like that. Sarah, if I gave a fuck about your opinion, I wouldn't even be on the internet. Sarah, keep looking at me. I look good. Sarah, I look good. I'll let you buy me a steak, Sarah. You know what I mean? I'll let you buy me a steak, Sarah. That's what I'll let you do. And I give you 30 minutes of my time as I sip wine that you paid for. Outside of that, you and I would have no dealings with one another, because I don't value the opinions of others when it comes to me and how I dress. That's that. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. January 6th. I appreciate those people because they believe that their country was in danger. So they did something about it. They did something about it. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, Sarah. That's what you can do. DM me on Instagram. That's what you can do. At SOLARMAN with 3 N's. SOLARMAN 3 N's. And I'll let you pay for that. I'll let you buy me some shoes too. Yeah, that's what you can do. You know what else I'll let you do? I'll let you, because I'm building the studio back here. I'm getting back to the topics, y'all. But Sarah has something to say. I got to talk to Sarah. Sarah, I'll let you buy me. I'll let you build my green screen that I'm putting right there, and my desk. It costs about $400. I'll let you do that as well. Sarah. I'll let you build. I'll let you get that desk for me, and then I'll let you buy a mic. It costs about. No, actually, I already have the mic. I don't need the mic from you. I do need another mic, and it costs about $400. I'll let you do that as well, Sarah. Anyways, don't distract me from January 6th, please. January 6th. I like them because, or what I can like about them, I don't like them, but what I like about them is that they thought something was going on, so they did something about it. What are we going to do about people who are not going to ever tell us the truth? They release some shit, but then that's like, okay, that's like your mom, right? Growing up, right? Your mom was like, clean up your room. So you cleaned up your room, but you didn't really clean up your room. You just put a bunch of shit up under the bed, or you put it in the closet, right? But when she came in there to check it, and most mamas, they smart. So they going to check the closet. They going to check under the bed. They going to do all that. But if she didn't do none of that, like if your dad or, somebody else checked to make sure you did what your mama told you to do, they're going to be like, oh, okay, you did what you were supposed to. But upon further observation, you didn't do anything. You didn't change anything. You didn't do anything. That's what's going on right now. We have allowed these oligarchs to play in our face really since the inception of this country. And it's shameful. And if you don't feel infuriated by the lack of free healthcare, by the lack of free education that should be available for all people, or the lack of food assistance help that should be available for all people, then you're contributing to the bullshit. You're part of the problem too. And I want to know how you feel about that. Report. What if I give you something that I don't have? I don't know what you're talking about. Reports being corrected by kids is what the files are. Yeah, that's exactly what the files are. You guys, again, those of y'all that voted for this bitch, though, you know, you guys voted for, I didn't know a lot of the country was like dumb. Like, I didn't know a lot of people could be like easily maneuvered and like easily finessed. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know like a lot of people were like easily convinced and persuaded based on words, you know, because this man is not charismatic. And again, I'm not a Democrat, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm a debater, you know, and I'm kind of an intellectual. I'm kind of smart. You know, I do well for myself, you know, but just from like a standpoint like that, you know, he's not charismatic, and he doesn't know how to carry words. He doesn't know how to have a civil conversation. Low key, that's probably FBG. Hey, you a fool, boy. Yeah, that's going back to the original. That's going back to the first point. When I was talking about 21 Savage and those bitch ass rappers, FBG Butter is one of them. Because, you know, I presented myself as being different. That's one of the reasons I wore the mask, the solo mask. That's why I had my shirt open. You know, that's why I sat like this. That's why I did all of that. Because I knew that niggas wouldn't like it. I knew that. I knew it would get attention. I knew it would. And it did just that. And that's why FBG Butter, he was like, fuck SOLARMAN. You know, because he's a bitch. You wouldn't say it to his face. If he said fuck me to my face, I can say that to his face. He didn't say that to my face. He said that under a reaction video of somebody who was watching me, because I'm entertainment. You know, I'm a star. And I didn't have to kill anybody. I didn't have to rob anybody. I didn't have to go against my own people to become that. You know, I'm kind of taking the long way. I'm kind of like taking the righteous way. You know, unlike you, FBG Butter. Unlike you, FBG Butter. And that's why you didn't get released. You know, when you got all them charges dropped, that's why they found some more shit against you, because you came against a child of God. One of the reasons, I'm sure. You know, one of the reasons, I'm sure. I'm sure. Get back to the Epstein shit in just a second. We see the whiteout. LOL. I have the full Epstein files. You can make a lot of money selling it. Oh, you just a troll now. You probably don't even look like your picture. You probably a dude. Some weird shit. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long, people. But what I just want y'all to know is that the only thing I want y'all to know is that the only way that this game keeps on going, the only way that we keep getting finessed like this, the only way that we keep allowing tyrants, tyrannies, tyrannical institutions to keep enslaving us and having their way with us is by feeding into the system. Where are the January 6ers right now that the Epstein files have been released that don't include all of the information? You people voted for transparency. Why aren't you storming the Capitol now? Why? 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 Answer me, bitch. Why? Huh? Because you people are selective, and because it doesn't fit your narrative. You're a Messiah. You're still believing that your Messiah has your best interest. You know why you don't care, Sarah? You don't care because you are willfully ignorant. It doesn't affect you, you think, so you don't care about it. That's the reason why this country is in the position that we are in today, because we have a bunch of willfully ignorant citizens that don't do anything to participate in the liberation of our people. You might be like, what are you doing, sir? Sitting here talking? Precisely. It's one of the things I'm doing. And also, I don't feed my attention nor my money towards institutions or things that don't mean me any good. I don't listen to rap music anymore. I don't. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck rap. I vote in my local elections. because those are your most important. Those are the most important. Your local elections. Those is where you should put your interest, your local elections. That's what I do. It's one of the things that I do. Among many other things. I go to my quiet place and I talk to my God about my people, about how I can help, about how I can be useful. It's one of the things I do. But nothing's going to change as long as we keep putting our attention to some bullshit. I don't know, people. What you think about it? What you think about that? I've done many things to decrease my carbon footprint. That's good for you. You might actually be a real person. That's a white girl answer right there. My carbon footprint. I get what you're saying though. That's good. But we got a lot of things that's going on domestically here that are, affecting all of us. And, again, where you put your attention, where and how you spend your money is going to feed the system or is going to go against this system. There's some more topics that I just that I'm thinking about that I didn't mention that goes with what I'm saying. Just give me a second. I'll read some more comments as I think about it. Let me see. But yeah, people, how do y'all feel about, to surmise my original points? Welcome in, everybody. I hope that you're enjoying your Saturday. I go by the name SOLARMAN. I'm actually out of here. I already went full solo mode. I used a lot of bad words today and stuff like that there. But, I had to make a point. 21 Savage and Future, Little Baby, Offset, Quavo. None of these niggas can sell albums by themselves anymore. Young Thug, their music's kind of fucking sucks now, and they can't sell albums anymore. And they don't have the same traction anymore. So because they don't have the same traction anymore, and they don't have the attention of the youth as they used to anymore, what they have done or what they're trying to do is form a super team or a super conglomerate so that they can present themselves as like a giant stimulus package of rap. So that's one of the things they're trying to do. And then outside of that, another thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to say that we need to stop the movement of drill rap, meaning, drill rap, where all I do is talk about killing somebody else that look like me, sliding on somebody, smoking them in a marijuana pack, smoking them being that they got smoked, like smoke him out of their body because I killed them or they're dead. So the essence of them I put into, the idea of them I put into this marijuana pack, and I'm smoking them like I did with my gun, And I'm kind of like speaking against that. I'm kind of like speaking against that. Participation often exists less to change outcomes and more to reassure people that they still have a say in systems far bigger than them. I agree with that. You've made a point there, Sarah. Good job. Yes, I am very aware of African American vernacular and slang. I don't know what an African American is, so you lost me. I'm not sure what that is. Are you talking about me and the way that people that look like me talk? I'm American, Sarah. I'm a real American, Sarah. I don't have roots anywhere else, Sarah. I'm from right here. Would you say that you're an Italian American or an Irish American? Have you ever been to Ireland? Are your parents from Ireland? I'm an American, Sarah. And then would you say that the way that I speak when I say shit like that, or I say for sure, or I say, you know what I'm saying? Would you say that that's the way that my people that look like me speak? Because I would argue against that. I would say that really a lot of this slang comes from Southern hillbilly culture. That's been manufactured into the idea of what the Afro-American normally speaks of in our Ebonics. But Yeah, our language primarily stems from, our slang language primarily stems from a hillbilly Southern culture. Yeah. Yes, you were born in America, but your ancestors came from Africa. Not true. My ancestors come from America, Sarah. Don't debate semantics with me, Sarah. I'm not a fool. My ancestors did not come. My ancestors directly precede me, correct? That would be my grandmother, my great grandfather, my great great grandmother, my great great grandfather, my great 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 great. They're all from America, Sarah. I'm a real American. I'm a real American, Sarah. I guarantee you. I'm a real American. I don't have any lies and truths anywhere else. I guarantee you. I'm probably more American than you. You get me? What's good, family? I appreciate all y'all being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I go by the name SOLARMAN. Just to surmise my topics. Yeah, I'm having some fun with it. I'm kind of acting, whatever. But what I'm saying is true. I've talked about how 21 Savage, and I'll re-explain the point one more time before I talk about the Epstein stuff a little bit further. I just talked about how 21 Savage is trying to bring the trap community together because they're not selling any albums like they used to anymore. He didn't say this, but he's had a reckoning or an awakening, especially particularly since dropping his last album. This is also an album press. This is also a way to promote his album that he just dropped that ain't nobody giving a fuck about. But this is also a way to promote that. He wants all these rappers, and it's 10-10 too, so I'm not lying. He wants all these rappers and stuff to get together and for everybody to sing Kumbaya and to be friendly and to be on one accord with one another. I just think that that's very ironic, and the timing of it is damning because the timing of it is only related to, I believe, the lack of album sales and the lack of popularity that hip hop now currently sits in, because hip hop has been on a steady decline for the last 3 years or so. So because hip hop is on a steady decline, now these niggas want to come together. I say, fuck these niggas. Fuck their rap. Fuck their albums. Fuck their jury. All these niggas look alike. They all date the same type of women. The men and the women are whores. They have a whore spirit, and they've been spewing demonic parasites amongst my people and amongst all peoples in the nations in the name of being cool, or in the name of getting out of their environment, in the name of getting out of their or making the best out of their opportunity. They have spoke against my people. So since they speak against my people, I speak against them because I'm a demon slayer. And I hate evil. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And I stand on that. So that would conclude the 21 Savage conversation. There's nothing further, I don't think, to make in a point to there. If anyone disagrees with that, I would say you need to check your own closet. If you feel like the only way that for you to get out of the hood is to talk about shit that you do in the hood or shit that you would do in the hood to somebody that looks like you, I think that you're and I'm going to use this derogative term, but I think that you're a bitch, and I think that you're a coward, and I think that you use your intelligence for something that's ass backwards. I think that's what it is. God bless you, Nikki. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. What you think as far as the DNA test that they have for people to take? That's a good question, bro. Before I continue the Epstein shit, what do I think about the DNA test that they have for us to take? So, whenever we're talking about history, or whenever we're talking about society as a whole here on the West, we got to understand who's giving us the information and what they're comparing it to. So you got 23andMe, you got my ancestry, and then you might have a few others that I'm not aware of. But let's talk about 23andMe and my ancestry. All of these things are ran primarily out of the state of Israel, and all of these things are ran primarily out of a Western understanding of DNA. I'll give you a prime example. North Carolina just recognized a black, I'll use Sarah's terminology, an African American, Native American tribe in North Carolina just got recognized for being a native tribe, a Native American tribe. So what I'm saying to you is that they can't tell me my ancestry because they don't know it. So albeit and although that many that all people ancestors, if we want to go back to the beginning, all ancestors come from Africa. Not all of us particularly reside from the continent of Africa. We're from right here. That's what I wanted to talk about too. The North Carolina tribe that got recognized. And that's what I wanted to, that's a good topic, bro. That's what I wanted to talk about too. The North Carolina tribe that just got recognized as an official tribe by the state of North Carolina. You know, as if we need these motherfuckers validation for anything. But, you know, there's a big joke that goes along with us. You know, we was kings. We was this. Y'all was kings. Y'all always trying to claim history. Days without black people and claiming they invented everything. Bitch, we did. And that's not a racial superiority thing. That's just a matter of fact. Everything was black before it became white. You cannot get white without black. That's just the truth. That doesn't make me better than you, but just acknowledge me. Say my name. Say their names. Say them. Say it. Say it right now. Say it. Facts, the rap game watered down now. Yeah, because these motherfuckers suck. You don't want to hear about nobody talking about how they bust down their chain anymore. And how they depreciated the value of their Rolex after flooding it with diamonds. And saying that, you know, that's just what we do in our culture. No, that's what one rapper did. And then you just followed the trend because you're a follower. That's what followers do. You know, we don't want to hear about how you just fucked 10 bitches today because that's how STDs get spread. That's how families get broken up. That's how homes get broken. That's how degeneracy gets spread. We don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about how you spent on 10 niggas or how you'll slap a bitch for talking to you crazy. You're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're a bitch. You are, because you're not tough outside of your environment. You're not tough without a gun in your pocket, and you're not tough without your entourage. So, you know, that's gotten watered down, and the facade is kind of being seen in the age of information as we have the ability to look beyond the veil. You know, the internet has exposed a lot of stuff, and it's kind of like one of the best things ever. I'm very proud of today's chat. I'm proud of the chat because the chat gonna hold you accountable. The chat gonna do their research. And the chat has exposed a lot of these bitch ass rappers as being just that. They're bitches, and they're only tough when they have their entourage or when they have their gun on them or when they're in their own environment. But outside of their environment, that's why they look so stupid, because they are stupid. No. Oh, anyways, to answer your question about the DNA test, the DNA test can only give you, it's basically like taking a, what can I compare it to? It's basically like taking a geography test as to where you are on the planet. Like that's basically like them telling you in America, but not telling you that you in Chicago, Illinois. You feel me? They gonna tell you, oh yeah, you black. And then this ancestor was black too. And that one was black too. But they're not gonna tell you that you were a native of America and that you're native to the tribes of America and that your people have been here for over 1,000 years. They're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna skip that part. Intentionally so. You know, we're at 12, so we gotta make it a 115. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it to 115. You know what I'm saying? God bless. God bless. Standing on business. That's all I can do, brother. And I appreciate all of you being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I go by the name SOLARMAN. I'm out of here for real. I'm a true Native American. I don't have any roots anywhere else. So don't call me African American. I'm not African American. I'm American, bro. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Semantics. While your recent ancestors, and here goes, you know, a European trying to tell me about my lineage. So let's explore it further. While your recent ancestors were born in America, further back they came from Africa or Europe, depending on the intermingling of European and African ancestry. So again, Sarah, I'll ask you this one more time. Would you consider yourself an American, or would you consider yourself Italian American? Irish American, Scottish American, English American. What's the Denmark people call Finnish American? What you're saying, again, you're debating semantics with me when it's obvious that we all originated from the continent of Acabulan, not Africa. I don't recognize the Dutch colonialists. You're debating semantics with me. I just told you that in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, we've been here for thousands of years, bro. It's proven and it's written in the walls of our Grand Canyon. North America has the most pyramids out of anywhere else on the planet, even more so than Africa. This continent was inhabited, has been inhabited by people that look like me since its inception and before its inception. If you don't believe me and you don't want to listen to me, a nigga, go read your own people's works. Go read Columbus's works. Go read the person that came before him's works. I forget his name. It's escaping me at this time. But go read their works when they tell you how black and brown the people of America's were and what they looked like. And the Moorish conquest and the Moorish wars of the 1500s and the 1700s that happened between the Moors and Spain, and how many of these states are named after Moorish French languages. Chicago, Illinois. Illinois is a Creole term. We've been here a long time, but your Western education does not teach you this. You have to go beyond that. Peel the layers back, Sarah. Sarah, peel the layers back. Peel the layers back, Sarah. Yes, you may identify as an African American, but you can have roots from many different places. I do not identify as an African American. You have not listened to me. The whole 26 era burnt out now. Yeah, because most of those people are dead, bro. Just like my brother, like I said, XXX Tentacion, he was going to be the biggest of that era, but because of his demonic practices and his occultic rituals that he did in order to acquire that fame, he paid for the price of his fame with his soul. Literally, he'll tell you that himself if he was still alive. He did. He prayed to the goddess Hecate. He also sacrificed himself as an offering, because you have to give these deities something. And again, I told you at the beginning of this, I used to be an occultist. I used to be a warlock. And so I know what these people used to do. I was an agent of the devil, and I didn't even know it. But thank God that God has freed my soul and my mind and liberated me through grace. And I have been able to repent of my sins. And now I can come before you clean and righteous, and I can tell you what's going on. Fuck them. While we all descend from Africa, over time, our ancestors moved to different parts of the world, mixed with local populations, and developed different cultures and races. Yes, you're making my point now. What I'm saying to you, though, is that I am not an African American because I do not identify, nor do I have any roots with Africa. I am truly an American. My people have been here for hundreds, thousands of years. I didn't say 100,000, but for thousands of years, my people have been here. And the proof is in the geographical terrain and in the sculptures that have been confiscated by the Smithsonian Museum. Also, the state of North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina have identified and have finally accepted Black indigenous tribes as being Native Americans, because we're native to this land. We're not from anywhere else. You people had to convince us that we were slaves and that we came from Africa. I'm not saying that Africans didn't come over here during the transatlantic slave trade, but we've been coming back and forth. It wasn't a million migration that just happened one time. It had happened over the course of a few hundred years. You understand? How you feel about Tory Lane? Oh, that's a good topic, bro. That's a good topic, bro. Thank you. How do I feel about Tory Lane still locked up? Free Tory Lanez. But he kind of like, so this is the reason Tory Lanez is still locked up, bro. Tory Lanez is still locked up because he has Masonic ties. He has Masonic ties and Masonic roots, meaning that he took an oath as well, but he had fulfilled his contractual obligation, so he no longer had to check in. He was a Rock Nation artist until he no longer wanted to fulfill he no longer wanted to re-sign with Rock Nation. So since he no longer wanted to re-sign with Rock Nation, and Megan Thee Stallion is one of their premier artists at Rock Nation, they attacked him. But the reason that Tory Lanez is still locked up is because he went against the system. He wanted his independence, and he thought that he could join the Illuminati and then get free, and then start telling people how to not be in the Illuminati and go around the Illuminati, even though he was in the Illuminati. So that's why Tory's still locked up right now, because he went against one of their premier artists in Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is I don't like her. I don't, at first I was like, yeah, Tory definitely did that shit, through hearing those jail calls and shit like that. Before, when he first originally got locked up, before he got stabbed up, I was like, yeah, he definitely did that shit. Fuck, dude. shooting a woman, you're a pussy, bro. You know, but through further investigation, I did not hear the original body cam footage where Megan Thee Stallion herself claimed that he did not shoot her. She didn't. She claimed no one shot her. But then through further investigation, the friend, you know, because Tory Lanez, he was having, and again, this goes back to the, let me put this shit down, bro. This goes back to the further thing that we were talking about, and the issue of hypersexuality in the culture of rap that promotes, you know, it's not just rap, it's rock and roll. You know, we're the originators of all popular culture and shit like that. So it's all black. Anyways, how we're talking about the culture of hypersexuality and how it promotes promiscuity. He was fucking he was trying to fuck Kylie. I don't know if he fucked her. He was trying to fuck Kylie, but he was fucking Megan. He was fucking her friend too. He was doing all that at the same time because he was living this rock star image and he had to maintain this high profile. And so through his degeneracy and through his promiscuity, it led to his downfall and it led to his incarceration. So that's part of the reason. That is part of the reason that he is in the state that he is currently in, because of his decisions to not control his sexual desires. So, but Megan Thee Stallion herself said that he didn't shoot her. The only time that she reneged and changed her story was through pressure from her label. So I think that she's kind of cowardice to, you know, if it's protect black women, she's not, I don't consider her a woman. I consider her, you know, just like a Future. I consider her one of the worst parts of my culture. She's not a woman. She's a bitch. But if it's protect black women, and that's the idea, you know, that she represents the sanctity and the lightness of, I'm sorry, not the lightness, the excellence of what a black woman represents. If it's that, you know, and again, I said she does not, because she does not. But if that's what it is, then it also has to be protect black men. A black woman just got a black man arrested. And then in a culture where black women, no, you know, we're not talking about men and women. We're talking about bitches, and we're talking about bitch ass niggas. So in a culture where bitch ass niggas and bitch ass women go against each other, that's not doing Tory Lanez any favors. That wasn't, you know, you're not protecting black men by sending him to jail for something that you know he didn't do. You yourself said he did not do it. So why isn't protect black men now? Why is she still allowed to tour around the world, bouncing her stinking ass booty on Democratic national conventions in front of millions and millions of actual black women and actual black men and actual black little girls who want to be something with their lives and don't want to be a whore like her? Why is she still allowed to do that? But he's not allowed to go around the world talking about how he fuck all the bitches, talking about how he get all the money. You know, that's bitch nigga shit, but he's not allowed to be outside doing that. That's not protecting black men. That's going against black men. So fuck Megan Thee Stallion. And the reason that Tory's fucked up is because he fucked himself, bro. He did. He fucked himself. Unfortunately. That's why he got stabbed up too. Because he was going directly against Rock Nation. Rock Nation and Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z too. Illuminati, bitch. Oh man, here we go, Sarah. Genealogy links to geography because your ancestry reflects where your ancestor lived and moved. If populations stayed isolated long enough, their DNA developed unique markers tied to specific places. Are you making the case as to why white people have pale skin? Is that what this is about? Because I would argue that there's more of a mutation of blood. Even in cold environments, melanin is still desirable and valuable because you want to get as much sun and you want to absorb that into your body as possible. Translucent or pale skin does not do that. So your point on that, I believe, is mute. While I can consider myself Italian American, blah, 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 depending on my ancestry, over these identities have blended into the border category of being white in America. Correct. So you guys so you're kind of making my point there as well. White general whiteness, has been considered, from, Eastern Europe, Northern Europe, Southern Europe, Western Europe, and you have blended this in. But you guys call yourselves American. I only get called a Black American. I'm not a Black American. I'm an American. Just like I would consider you an American. Semantics. Again, you're debating semantics with me, and I don't. It's kind of a childish, infantile Western ideology that I don't subscribe to. I think it's dumb and foolish. Sarah, do you feel America is older than Africa? Okay, so it's all the same, bro. As far as, so, you know, they taught you about Pangea in school, right? They taught you about Pangea, how we were all together, right? How all continents were connected, and how, you know, eventually there was a great shift, and then, you know, they went over here, you know, this went over here, that went over there. No, America is not older than Africa. However, America has the most recent history that we would consider beneficial to Black Americans than Africa. What do I mean by that? I just made the point that the most pyramids, structures and entities, the most pyramids are not in Africa. They are in the Americas, Southern and Northern America. Have you ever drove to Las Vegas? I was in Las Vegas with 607 bitch ass. When I was in the back countries of Las Vegas and Nevada, and I was driving through that, you know how many pyramids I saw? Why do you think that there's certain places in the Grand Canyon where you cannot go? Yeah, because of structural integrity and you don't want to die and shit like that there. But there's other places that you can just not explore because it's been proven that there is archaeological architecture and Negroid features that have been present there that would suggest that blacks came way before slavery. So that's that too. African Americans have not been in America for centuries, while Black Native Americans are possible without proof of descent. Claiming that exception as your own isn't accurate. I don't care. So you're stating that as if I care about your opinion or as if I value you as a reliable source of information. And you can feel the same about me. You know, what I'm saying does not have to be backed up by your understanding of science or your understanding of history or culture, because your understanding of history and culture is thwarted, mutated, perverted by a Western white nationalist ideology. What I'm saying to you can also be proven just by doing research, just by reading. I just told you that the most pyramids in the world are present in the North and Southern Americas. That's not my opinion. That's a historical fact. I just told you that has been discovered in the Grand Canyon architectures and features of what you would consider Negroid to be present both in the Southern and Northern Americas. So again, Hebrew is a Semitic term, and Semitic comes from Africa. It comes from Central, Eastern, Western, Northern Africa. So what you would consider to be present just because of your understanding of history, I could care less, because I don't value you as a reliable source of information. Again, because you are a Rothschild, white nationalist, educated. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying your education system is based on white nationalism. And I don't subscribe to Western theory, nor do I subscribe to Western scientific proof, because you people need God to smack the fuck out of you for you to know something's real or not. You know, Western ideology and Western scientific proof is the same shit that used to tell me that because I'm Black, that means I have a smaller cranium. And that means that white people are smarter because of their cranium size. Western science and ideology used to tell me that Blacks deserve to be slaves and need to be slaves, not only because of the cranium shit I just mentioned to you, but because of our lung capacity, that we have a smaller lung capacity than whites. So it's actually good and beneficial for us to be in the fields working and toiling the land. I don't subscribe to Western ideology, and I don't think that if you do, I don't think you've done enough research. You need to read more. Feel that? I don't like her either. LOL. I appreciate Black culture, especially the richness of soul, jazz music, and the history and creativity they represent in the U.S. Yeah, because we are culture, we are history. You appreciate it because you feel the soul of it, because you should tap more into that soul then. And you should realize in that soul lies the essence of truth and the factual representation of what reality really is. Reality is not what you believe it is. You have been taught that Blacks only came over here as slaves for slavery. While I can submit to you that we became the slave class, we did not originate and start out as a slave class in this country. We're far more superior than that. And nor did we fight a civil war to end slavery. The only reason that we fought the Civil War is because the South wanted to secede from the North in a union, not directly because of slavery. Slaves freed themselves in a great migration. Read The Black Reconstruction by W.E.B. Du Bois, a historian that studies Western society that you would consider factual. Don't take my word for anything. But no, I don't value Western opinion, nor do I care about white nationalist theory. I don't. It's fabricated and it's a farce. Facts, bro. I think Jaguar White said they did Tory Lanez how they did Chris Brown. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, Jaguar White used to be a prostitute. So, you kind of got to like decipher and decide on how you want to listen and value a prostitute's opinion. I might have her on the show one day too. So, you want to look out for that. But I just say that to say that, she's kind of like bitter and shit. And so like, I don't know how much we want to value Jaguar White's opinion. But yes, Chris Brown's definitely a part of these people. Tory Lanez was definitely a part of these people. But since he tried to go independent, that fucked him. But yeah, they did Tory just like they did. And then, one thing. Oh, that's a good point, bro. The one thing that Tory Lanez and Chris Brown have in common. The one thing that they have in common. Jay-Z's bitch ass. Jay-Z was involved in the downfall of Chris Brown and the infection of Chris Brown's blood because he gave Rihanna herpes, right? Jay-Z gave Rihanna herpes, right? And then Rihanna gave Chris Brown herpes. They got herpes in their blood, like NBA YoungBoy. It's a lot of nasty shit going on in this industry. I don't know if y'all know that. But yeah, that's what that's about. While I may appear white, I took a DNA test and it shows that I have roots in both Europe and sub-Saharan Africa. You're proving my point. And Def Jam. Yes, I can call you black, but African-American is more specific. We usually consider Americans as white by default, but this acknowledge your African ancestry and history in the U.S. Yeah, because you're a white nationally propagated person. I used to be a white nationalist indoctrinated as well. I used to believe in this Rothschild education system as well, but I'm telling you, I don't value it. And because your opinion is rooted in something that's proven to be fabricated, your opinion is still mute. Bro thinks he built the pyramids. I don't know, bro. I'm better than you. That's all I know. Humans did not exist when Pangea split. Pangea began breaking apart about 175 million years ago, while the genus Homo earlier humans only appeared around 2 to 3 million years ago. Now you're just talking semantics. You can tell me when humans didn't exist, and you can't tell me anything because you don't know really what you're talking about. The earliest human bones were found in Ethiopia, and they were predated to be millions of years old. You don't know what you're talking about. Again, you are Rothschild indoctrinated, and that's not. You can change. You don't have to be like that. You can change. You don't have to be like that. You have some intelligence to you, use it. You have some freedom to you because of your skin color. So use it. Not just because of your skin color, because you're in America. Use it. You don't have to be ignorant. You're being willfully ignorant by not reading further. You're only reading things that further fit your agenda. And I could care less about your agenda. Facts. Oh man, Jay-Z, the missing link for sure. Kendrick Lamar, part of the club too for Main Street Success. Do you feel you have to be part of that club? All right, that's a good question, bro. And I think I'm gonna end on that point. Let's see, I'm at 132. I'm gonna close at about 135. I know I gotta make it to 135. Like I told y'all, bro, I used to be a master warlock, bro. I'm still a master energy reader. I still have powers that I don't really talk about. I'm still able to discern things that I don't really talk about. I used to think that I had to be a part of that club. And I used to kind of like be willing to join it, not with my ass or anything, but I thought it was just an oath that you had to take and you just had to be down with just occultism. I didn't know how deep it got as far as the blood sacrifices and the oaths that you had to take to Lucifer. I wasn't aware of those. So I did feel that I had to be a part of that. I had the opportunity to really be indoctrinated into that when I was a youth. I used to be, I was supposed to be on Disney. I was supposed to be on a lot of shit, bro. I was doing commercials and shit like that for theme parks and for gas stations and for magazines, cover sheets for magazines as a youth. And then until we got poor and I could no longer afford to do those things anymore as far as the traveling was concerned. Yeah, I did feel that I had to be a part of it. I was willing to be in Hollywood. I was willing to be indoctrinated into Hollywood. I am Hollywood, actually. But through the grace of God, he saved my soul from a burning fire. And I'm grateful that I did not sacrifice my integrity, my mind, my body, nor my spiritual essence in order to gain monetary value, success, or attention from motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you anyway. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened. By the grace of God, that happened. So, yes, Kendrick is definitely a part of that go along, get along, gang, gang. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that we acting like that. Kendrick not. Kendrick is an author of success. He is a master mason of success. He is a traveling man himself. He'll tell you that himself. He took the offer with Lucy. Go listen to his songs. Semantics has nothing to do with the fact that Pangea split long before humans existed. Pangea's breakup is a confirmed geological event, regardless of how we label or discuss it. You're being selective with your point. Again, I just told you that the first bones of humanity predating millions of years were found in Ethiopia. You don't have to believe me about that. You can actually research that yourself. So that's not a semantics debate. This now would be a willful ignorance debate. Do with that as you will. Anyways, guys, I appreciate what up with it, dog? I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all time. I go by the name of SOLARMAN. For those of y'all that's gonna be watching this back, we just broke down how 21 Savage, Meek, not Meek Mill gay ass, but Quavo, Offset, Future, Lil Baby, they're trying to form a super group because none of them can sell albums by themselves anymore because rap itself has fallen to a state of where we don't care about these bitch ass rappers anymore. We don't care about their opinions anymore. So since we don't care about their opinions anymore, now they want to put down the guns. Now they want to stop the violence. Now they want to, they want to all sing Kumbaya. We also talked about how Epstein files have been released, but the Epstein files that have been released are only some shit that we already knew about, some shit that we don't really, it's basically like showing us like, did you know Diddy used to rub baby oil on him? Some shit we already knew. So the stuff that they're releasing to us has not been is not useful information. Is still not transparent. They're still not being transparent with you. They're still being very disingenuous with you, and it's very ratchet of them. It's very for a political organization, a political party that values integrity, because that's what they tell black people, right? I don't look at skin color. I judge people on the merit of their character. For people that run on a theme of judging you by the merit of character, they're being very disingenuous. Their character is being very flawed, and their lack of transparency is kind of disgusting. They're kind of being very ratchet. Very ratchet. Very ratchet. Let's see. Talk about Drake and the Owl God Moloch. All right. When we talk about Drake and the Owl God Moloch, I'll do it very briefly. Drake and the sixth god. He only became the sixth god after he joined Jimmy Iovine and what's that one label that they're all signed to? Jimmy Iovine, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, Jimmy Iovine's label. He only became the sixth god after he joined Jimmy Iovine's label, and he got the Moloch and he got the owl tattoo on his side, which represents the god Moloch, which represents Baal, which represents pagan worship, because all these people are pagan worshiping Thelemists. Thelemites being the organization and the religion that Aleister Crowley founded, whereas it's do without wilt. And what we do is we sacrifice to the gods of old, right? The old pagan gods, the gods before paganism, which pagans get their gods from ancient Kemet, which those people worship outright demons. So they sacrifice to these things. And what Drake has done, and the reason for his success, is not only because of his Ashkenazi Jewish ties, because he is an Ashkenazi Jew. He's an actual, he's like kind of like the real Jew, kind of like the fake Jew too. Like the Ashkenazi Jews, they're just Jew, they're just Hebrew identifying, but his black side kind of makes him actual Hebrew, but he's like more Ashkenazi identifying Jew, so that's who Drake is. And Moloch is what all these presidents used to go to and worship to. That's all the presidents from Trump all the way to Obama, all the way to Reagan, Clinton, Bush, etc. The list goes on, because those people in positions of power know the truth. It's only us that debate on whether this shit is conspiracy or whether it's real. People in power understand the spiritual principalities that we exist in and that we reside in, and they're aware of the demonic and the heavenly realms, and they operate in those interchangeably, and they make sacrifices to the demons because those demons are more easily accessible, and it's much more, and demons put up with their depravity. An angel is not going to bless somebody who takes advantage of women. An angel is not going to bless somebody who takes advantage of little girls. An angel is not going to bless somebody who takes advantage of their people as they're in a position of power. So that's who Drake is. He's with those people. Part of the reason that has not been arrested for any of his sexual depravity is because he's a high-ranking member in the entertainment space for their agenda. So that's the reason why y'all saw him paint his nails and stuff like that. That's the reason. The list goes on. So that's Drake. Pangea began breaking apart. She's still talking about Pangea. 175 million years ago, long before humans appeared, early human ancestors only show up around 43 million years ago, so human bones could not predate Pangea. Yes, early human fossils were found in Ethiopia, but they appeared millions of years after the Pangea had already split. Bet, right on the nail. Clinton emails feature Moloch. Yeah, exactly, bro. But I'm kind of like, I need to go get me something to eat, something to drink. Sarah, don't forget to buy me my steak. I need that. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I go by the name of SOLARMAN. I love y'all with the love of Christ. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.